What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so I want to give a shout out to Ticket. He did a video about this. And, oh boy. Well, Stephen A. Smith said on First Take today that Kawhi Leonard needs more media scrutiny than what he's been getting this year. And that, all this pressure has been put on LeBron from the media about delivering a championship and all that. The same need to be done toward Kawhi. First of all, I don't know what universe Stephen A. is living in. If you're talking about the mainstream media, yeah, you have Skip Bayless. Okay, yeah, you have some Rob Parker, what's the guy named Gottlieb. Michael Rappaport's on the extreme fringe of it. You do have those people out there. But there is a when you look at the overall stories and topics and look at, the people with the biggest platforms, it's pro LeBron. And usually they have a pro LeBron slant. So I don't really get where he's coming from with that. All right. Most of what I hear in the media for this past year since the championship, well, actually, in particular, since he decided to join the Clippers, from Kawhi, the media coverage and the overall take on him has been neutral to a little bit negative. So I don't know where he's coming from with that one, to be honest with you. Now, when he talks about Kawhi's opponents last year in the finals, Ticket brought this up, man, and I just want to touch on that too. He was making light of like his opponents, and I'm like, wait a minute, man. he was talking about, yeah, he played, a broken down Golden State Warriors team, injury plagued Warriors team, a young Giannis, Philly. Yeah, First of all, the Philadelphia. Okay, matter of fact, let me tell you something. When you look at the teams that the Toronto Raptors played last year in the playoffs, they had, in my opinion, the toughest road to the finals. Because people forget, and I bring this up time and time again, in the first round, okay, they played the Magic, who were the 7th seed, but you have to remember something. Coming into the playoffs, because I remember this, coming into the playoffs, the Magic were the best team in the NBA. They had won like 11 or 13 games in a row. They won a hot streak. They were the most dangerous team in the NBA. And in the second half of the season, after All-Star break, they had the league's #1 defensive rating, the Orlando Magic. Okay, so that won't no easy, normal 7th seed team. Okay? Those boys was dangerous. Then when they survived that, in the next round, they did play the Philadelphia 76ers, but that was a different Joel Embiid. And that's the team that also had J.J. Redick, and they also had Jimmy Butler. That was a different Sixer team. It wasn't this up and down team that's, magnificent, one of the best home teams ever. But on the road, they've been shit. No, this was a different team. Okay? Don't look at that Sixers team through the prism of this season, but you look at how they was playing last year. Remember last year, Joel Embiid was putting up, 27-12, 27-13 or something? Okay? So they got past them. You know what I'm saying? On that miraculous series-winning shot by Kawhi Leonard. Then in the Eastern Conference, they beat a 60-win Milwaukee Bucks team that many people thought was going to go to the NBA Finals. They came back from an 0-2 deficit. Now, like I said, it's not Kawhi's fault that the Golden State Warriors had all those injuries. You know what I'm saying? It's not Kawhi's fault. It's unfortunate. Okay? It's unfortunate. But if you're going to bring that up, and that still was a damn good fucking team. All right, but if you're going to bring that up, how many times has LeBron benefited from injuries? Man, do I have to bring up Game 5? Okay, with Draymond Green, do I have to bring up Bogert being out? Okay, and in 2016 NBA Finals, I had to bring up the back-to-back times that the Cavaliers played the Boston Celtics. They didn't have their best player. In 2017, Isaiah Thomas was out for most of that series. And then in 2018, they played a Boston Celtics team in the Eastern Conference Finals without their two best players in Irving and Gordon Hayward, and they still went to 7 games. And all those years when they were going to the finals, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the East was weak. But now you want to say that when Kawhi was doing it, all of a sudden, last year the East was weak. Now you want to make that argument that the East was weak now? So, this is the thing, LeBron's having a hell of a season. All right, this is the 17th season, and really only one other player has played at this level this far in their career, and that was the late Kobe Bryant. Still can't believe I'm saying that. You know what I'm saying? So this is an attack on LeBron, but come on. Kawhi Leonard is for real. Don't act like that this dude doesn't deserve the accolades that he's been getting. And this shit about, the Clippers being a stacked team and all this shit, man. I can't stand inconsistency and hypocrisy. You can't, on the one hand, say that the Clippers are a stacked team, but then you don't say the same thing about the Warriors or all of the teams that LeBron's played on with these multiple stars, but you want to pick on Kawhi because he's playing with one other borderline superstar in Paul George, because Paul George isn't playing on the same level this year he played last year. Okay. I just don't understand this dislike for Kawhi. Like, Kawhi hasn't gotten his, like, it's almost like they resent Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? Like, they resent Kawhi Leonard for not, really, to be honest with you, I think a lot of these guys resent Kawhi Leonard because of that decision he made this past summer. It threw everybody for a loop. Honestly, some of these guys look like idiots. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of them were hell-bent that he was going to stay with the Raptors or he was going to go to this team or that team. Very few people got it right, including myself. You know what I'm saying? I thought that he was probably going to go to the Lakers if he was going to leave. I didn't see the Clippers as a possibility. I remember a couple of my subs told me they was going to the Clippers, and I dismissed it. And they were 100% right. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with Stephen A. Smith, man. I noticed that he's been slipping lately too, man. He's been becoming more and more inconsistent with some of his arguments, man. Like, it's like he's not even trying anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's not even trying, or I don't know what's going on with him, man. But yeah, and then he talked about the 2014 NBA Finals when he won his first Finals MVP. Leonard was the third wheel or whatever, and actually, he probably was the fourth wheel by that time. He probably was the fourth wheel, maybe third. But, I get irritated when they keep bringing this shit up. Nick Wright brings it up. Yeah, he did a good job shutting down LeBron, even though LeBron averaged 28 points and so many rebounds and so many assists on 57% shooting. Look, if you remember that series, all right, some of those games were blowout losses for the Miami Heat. And LeBron James in those series was doing what LeBron James does sometimes in these finals. Is the game can be a blowout. And LeBron could be going against the second unit. And LeBron could have at the time that the starters come out, he can have 16 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Decent numbers, but not spectacular. LeBron will stay in and pad his numbers against the second unit. So if you look at the stat line, it looks like he's done a good job. Now, the second unit is not nearly as good as the starters, so he's able to score more efficiently against the second unit, pads his rebound numbers, pads his assist numbers, okay? Then he'll go out. Then you look at the stats, you'll be like, oh, damn, LeBron had 30 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. Yeah, but he got 14 of those in the last 4 minutes of the game when it was a blowout. They weren't impactful points. Because if they were impactful, if those stats were impactful, like a lot of people like to bring up, then they would have influenced the series. Kawhi Leonard was the best player on the court in those last 4 games of that series. All right? Every time since then, Kawhi Leonard has bested LeBron James. I don't know what it is about Kawhi Leonard that LeBron is afraid of, but that boy put fear in LeBron's heart, man. And the reason why I know this, because anybody else, whether it's Luka Doncic, whether it's Zion Williamson, Carmelo, LeBron on those one-on-one situations tend to dominate those players. But when it comes to Kawhi Leonard, it's a different story. LeBron is intimidated by this guy, man. I know LeBron fans don't want to hear it, but all I gotta say is, in the playoffs, historically, Kawhi has an edge, 7-5. And in the last 5 games that they've matched up against each other, Kawhi Leonard is 5-0. And statistically, he's dominated LeBron. All right? LeBron is passive when he goes against Kawhi. And until he has a game where he's flexes, you know what I'm saying, and has the same energy for Kawhi that he has for like a Zion the other day, or Luka, or Carmelo, or whoever, then it is what it is, man. But tell me what you guys think.